Hello and welcome to the La Liga Preview. My name's James Harrington, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Today we'll be previewing Matchday 18. So let's quickly recap what happened on Matchday 17. The title chase is truly on, with Atletico and Real Madrid both getting wins this weekend, with the latter comfortably beating Celta Vigo 2-0. However, Atletico Madrid do have the advantage of having two games in hand. Barca continue to occupy the Europa League spot with an away win to Huesca, Frankie de Jong being the goal scorer. Mendilibar's Eibar picked up a surprise win versus what was in form Granada to climb to 12, a Brian Hill double to thank for that. Real Valladolid are beginning to get some breathing space with a relegation zone with a win versus Getafe, and Valencia remaining 17th on goal difference after a draw with Cadiz. Okay, well, we've arrived now at the pick of the fixtures, those games this weekend that you should look out for. And let's start with Sevilla hosting Real Sociedad. If you remember in the previous episode, we previewed Real Betis hosting Sevilla in the Grand Derby. Now, the Grand Derby was okay, it ended up being a draw, but if you're a Sevilla fan, it's very hard to argue otherwise that you should have got anything out of that game. Real Betis were the far better side. Now, Sevilla did take the lead early in the second half, and then Sergio Canales levelled for the hosts. But the crucial moment in this fixture was the decision for Fekir to take the second penalty. Now, the question here is, why would you let Fekir take this penalty when he's been goal shy all season, lacking confidence, and when you've just had someone who scored the penalty, your club captain and probably your best player? Why do you let Fekir take it? Well, you can guess what happened. He missed a good Bono save and the points were shared. But enough talking about Betis and the problems that I have with Fekir taking the penalty. Let's talk about how Sevilla performed in that game. The first half, nothing really of note. They didn't really get involved in the game and they were getting really troubled by the likes of Diego Lainez. Now, they did get the first goal of the fixture, but that was due to a Real Betis clearance that Ocampos blocked, a nice En-Nesyri pass across the Suso, but that was the best chance they had all game. They only created 2 shots on target. And in this fixture, they weren't able to use their trusty fullbacks in the likes of Jesus Navas and Acuna to push forward and get some crosses. As I said, it was a very solid defensive display and a good performance from Gudel, who stood in for Fernando, who was out with suspension. But Lopetegui's men need to be more threatening if they want to make sure they get into that Champions League spot. So let's talk about the opponents, Real Sociedad. They're coming off the back of a 1-1 draw with Osasuna, which was a surprising result. Jonathan Cagliari got the lead for the visitors in the first half, and Barrenechea got the equaliser earlier in the second. Now, they were, before this match, had a good result against Athletic Club, where they won on New Year's Eve in the Basque Derby, the friendly derby. They won 1-0 with Porto getting the goal, and they really did nullify any chance for Bilbao to have any real chances in the game. However, one thing I will say is, I have been disappointed with the recent form of Real Sociedad. I was really excited by them at the start of the season, and a lot has been made, and rightly so, of the homegrown nature of the side. They've had 16 players from the youth academy in the first team. Imanol is a man who was involved in the youth setup. They had a really good end to the campaign last season. They're in the Europa League, they're in the Champions League spots at the moment, and they were the league leaders for points. Now, you've got to be saying, James, that's really good for Real Sociedad. But there's been a real problem of late of their form, and that coincides with the absence of David Silva. Now, David Silva was injured in the game against Osasuna. He had a muscle complaint and will hopefully feature in the Supercopa. But if you look at the match where he got injured against Cadiz, after that they went 9 games without a win, with losses to the like of Barcelona, Levante and Atletico Madrid. And if they really were title contenders, which I was seriously hoping them to be, they probably should have won those games, and especially this match against Osasuna. Now, one thing I want to put to you is they seem to have an over-reliance of Miguel Oyarzabal and David Silva. Okay, what's the solution? And one thing I want to ask is, do you think they need to pick their designated first-choice striker? What they've done this season is they've rotated between William Jose and Alexander Isak. Both strikers very similar, tend to rotate because they're like-for-like replacements. Both with 3 goals, both with an assist to their name. Isak is just edging Jose for starts with 10 to his 8, and Isak gets, I think, more shots per game, more dribbles. He makes less key passes and gets dispossessed more often. But I firmly believe that Imanol needs to pick who is going to lead the line. Since November, they haven't scored in a match more than 2 goals, and that was against Granada. And I feel that a striker, and I think it's broadly recognised, needs to run a games, get some goals on his belt, and confidence breeds throughout the team. And that will hopefully take the pressure off the likes of David Silva and Miguel Oyarzabal when they're not featuring. Comment below if you think I'm right or wrong, and maybe clutching at straws, but it's just something I wanted to posit to you at home. That being said, what do I think the result's going to be? It is a very important game in terms of who's going to qualify for the Champions League or the Europa League. Currently, Sevilla sit in 6th with 27 points and Real Sociedad sit in 3rd with 30 points. However, they played 3 games more than Sevilla. I think, and I know I say this is the pick of the fixtures, but I think because it's going to be a cagey affair and both teams really aren't firing on all cylinders at the moment this season, I think it could be a 0-0. Now, if you think I'm wrong, again, comment below your score predictions, but I am looking forward to this one, and hopefully I'm proven wrong. Okay, well, the other game I'm looking forward to this weekend has to be Atletico Madrid versus Athletic Club. Let's talk about Atletico Madrid. They're coming off the back of a good win against Alaves, 2-1. Luis Suarez got the victory in the 90th minute after a João Felix assist. Suarez as well was involved in the first goal and got an assist for Marcos Llorente. Now, the reason why I think this is such an important fixture to analyse is it's at that moment where it hit me how important Luis Suarez is to this side. And I know I might be a bit late to the party, but he's now level on goals with the top scorers being Iago Aspas and Moreno with 9. Now, since Suarez has joined from rivals Barcelona, he really has revolutionised, I think, and I don't think that's a too big a word to say, the attacking threat of Atletico Madrid. Now, Messi did a really telling interview over the festive period to Spanish media, where he talked about how he was surprised, how he was aghast, he was frustrated that they sold Suarez to a direct rival. And you think, he's right, because Barcelona now lack a recognisable centre-forward. Okay, I know they got Martin Braithwaite, but sometimes Martin Braithwaite is shunted out wide to kind of stretch the defence. And if you want someone who can get you goals, clearly it's Luis Suarez. Now, Luis Suarez, I feel, is flourishing at Atletico Madrid because of João Felix in part. I don't think Suarez was ever known for being blessed with pace, and he clearly doesn't have that now. But the mere fact he's partnered with someone with such energy in João Felix, he can do a lot in the final third that Suarez probably can't. There's a really good stat as well that came out by Opta about the impact that Suarez is having on the club. He's been involved in 11 goals in his first 12 games, and no other Atletico Madrid player this century has started better than Luis Suarez. He's broken the record of Radamel Falcao back in 2011. Now, I've talked about Suarez and how great he's doing, what an asset he is to the attacking department at Atletico Madrid, but let's just quickly touch on Diego Costa. Now, it's well reported that Diego Costa had his contract terminated, ripped up for personal reasons. What those personal reasons are, we do not know, but that has left a hole in the Atletico Madrid side. Now, it's been rumoured that Milik of Napoli could potentially come in the January window, but he's also linked with other clubs like Juventus, Sampdoria, and also a player that I've just mentioned, William Jose of Real Sociedad, is also rumoured to be a target. Now, on that one, I personally don't think it will happen because he's still got a few more years left on his deal, and as well, why would Real Sociedad sell or loan a player to a rival, especially now in the predicament that they are, that being Atletico Madrid? Now, enough about the attacking side. I think Diego Simeone is very fortunate at the moment. He's got a very settled side with his 3-5-2, the likes of Carrasco. There was a bit of worry when Trippier got his ban, which meant he will miss key fixtures like the round of the last 16 against Chelsea in the Champions League, but Vasalka's coming in a good job. But I think Diego Simeone must be very happy with his side at the moment, and apart from probably getting a new striker, won't be doing much business in the January transfer window. Now we switch to their opponent, Athletic Club. Now, it's been an interesting week for the Basque outfit. They had a good win against Elche, 1-0. Muniain got the goal, could have got a few more. But straight after the match, straight after they won, they sacked their manager, Gaizka Garetano. Now, this has been in the cards for a while, and I think Garetano is like a cat with 9 lives. He was always getting the right result to keep him in the job for that little bit longer. But the way that his departure was announced and how swiftly they've appointed Marcelino, who's now in the hot seat at Athletic Club, just shows this has been in the works for a while. Quickly on Garitano, it'd be interesting to see how he's remembered. I think at the moment a lot of Bilbao fans are frustrated with his style of play. He was in charge for 89 games. He saved them for relegation, almost got them into Europe, got them to a Copa del Rey final, and they do sit ninth at the moment. All that being said, with 5 points clear of relegation. But it'd be interesting because he bleeds Athletic Club. He was the B team manager. He's very proud of being their manager, and I think it's a personal shame for him that his season ended as it did. But now let's look at Marcelino. Marcelino's come in and he's a man with great pedigree. Formerly manager of the likes of Valencia and Villarreal, he's got about 320 games under his belt and is seen as that appointment that can take Athletic Club to the next level. Athletic Club is a club rich with history, a strong fan base and an amazing stadium, and they want to be playing in Europe, and hopefully Marcelino could be that guy. Now, looking at his most recent clubs, at Villarreal, he got them promoted to La Liga on his first attempt, and he got them to the the Europa League semi-finals in 2016. With Valencia, he got them qualifying for Europe on Champions League in 2 consecutive seasons, and also won them the Copa del Rey in 2019. Now, what's interesting about Marcelino, and something again I want to talk about strikers, I know I've talked about strikers quite a lot in this episode, is he tends to favour a 4-4-2 and quite an attacking formation. But Athletic Club have problems in the striking department. Raul Garcia, 34 years old, got 1 goal this season, seems a bit of a target man, hasn't featured in recent games because they favour Villa Libre. Much younger, got 2 goals, can get involved in the build-up play, the link-up play. But the problem with Athletic Club is they really do need a striker that can get them goals regularly, because they do depend a lot on Inaki Williams. Now, Inaki Williams is great, he's Mr. Dependable, and I think he's got 3 goals to his name at the moment, but he's not going to get you the 20 goals you need to be competing for Europe, and that's what you need if you're Athletic Club. So an important thing for Marcelino is obviously get the team playing well, get them safely away from relegation, but also he's probably looking for a new striker in the January window. There's not many names available because obviously the Basque-only policy, Fernando Llorente's regularly been touted, but he's looking for a new club. But it'd be interesting to see how Marcelino fares at Bilbao. He's got a tough first game against Barcelona midweek. Then he's obviously got this game against Atletico Madrid, and then after that he's got Real Madrid. So I don't envy him, but best of luck, and hopefully he's the manager that can take Athletic Club to that next level. So you're probably asking, what are your predictions for Atletico Madrid versus Athletic Club? I think it's going to be an Atletico Madrid victory. I'm going with 2-0. And I know there's that inevitable new manager bounce, but Atletico Madrid are undefeated at home this season, and I don't think Diego Simeone's men are going to change that against Athletic Club. Comment below your predictions, I'll be interested to see them, but it should be an interesting matchup nevertheless. Okay, well that's it for this week's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Those are my Matchday 18 previews. If you did enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, the thumbs up, comment below, all those good things. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.